You're watching something few are ever permitted to see. A factory where legends are born, where every detail is obsession, where perfection is not a goal, it's standard, and you never imagined. It started like this. This place has existed for 75 years. 75. And in that time, it has never stopped. Not for a day, not for an hour. Inside these walls, the temperature reaches levels that melt stone. The noise, deafening. The heat, suffocating. But this is where everything begins. Because what you're about to see, Mon, is not just manufacturing, it's art. It's engineering, it's legacy. Molten aluminum, 660 degrees Celsius. To put that in perspective, it's hot enough to melt lead instantly. And at this temperature, everything changes. Solid matter becomes silver liquid, without form, without purpose, just pure potential. But here's what few people know. This aluminum is not ordinary. It's a special alloy, developed specifically to withstand absurd forces, 450 horsepower pushing, 100,000 kilometers of brutal use, engine temperatures oscillating from 0 to 200 degrees, and all of this without failing. Never. Now watch this moment. Liquid metal being poured into sand molds. Sand. Yes, you heard that right. Molds made of compacted sand. It's a technique, thousands of years old. The Romans did this. The Egyptians did this. And today, it's still the best method for complex shapes, because when the metal cools, it solidifies in seconds. And what do you have? Raw components, imperfect, rough, heavy, but with the right shape. And now, the real magic begins. The transformation from raw to precise, from heavy to light, from imperfect to German perfection. Welcome to German engineering, where precision is not optional, it's obsession. See these CNC machines? Each one costs $2 million. $2 million. Why? Because they don't make mistakes, never. Every cut calculated in milliseconds, every movement precise to 5 microns. 5 microns. That's 50 times thinner than a human hair. It's invisible to the naked eye. And if it's off by a single micron, rejected. No discussion, no second chance. Because in a car that goes 300 kilometers per hour, 1 micron can mean the difference between total control and disaster. Now, brace yourself for this number. Every component passes through 123 inspection points. 123. This is not blind automation. These are human inspectors. People who have dedicated years, decades, to recognizing imperfections. A scratch of 0.1 millimeters, rejected. A thermal variation of 2 degrees in treatment, rejected. An abnormal vibration during machining, rejected. This is not paranoia. This is German standard. And this is why, when you buy a Porsche, it doesn't break, it doesn't fail, it doesn't disappoint, because quality was built from the very first cut. Now, observe this engine carefully. 6 cylinders. But they're not in line. They're not in a V. They're horizontally opposed. 3 on each side, like boxers facing each other. That's why they call it a boxer. And here's why this matters. When the pistons move, they cancel each other out. 3 to the left, 3 to the right. 0 vibration, 0 imbalance. Tell it's pure physics, but there's more. This engine doesn't sit in the front, it sits in the back behind the rear axle, and that changes everything. Weight in the back means traction in the back, and traction in the back means total control. Because when you accelerate through a corner, The weight transfers to the rear, exactly where the wheels that push are located. It's counterintuitive. It's dangerous in the wrong hands. But in the right hands, it's magical. This specific engine you're seeing? 3 liters, twin-turbo, 450 horsepower, 390 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60, 3.2 seconds, 3.2. But it's not the numbers that impress, it's the sound. That unmistakable boxer growl, deep, mechanical, pure. You hear it and you know. It's a Porsche. Always has been. Always will be. You're starting to recognize it, aren't you? That sloping roof. That silhouette that seems to flow to the ground, those headlights, perfectly round. This is not coincidence, this is DNA. This is identity preserved for 63 years because there's an unwritten rule in Stuttgart. Improve everything, but never lose the essence. And then you see it, that emblem being installed. That crest, golden, precise, unmistakable, Porsche, and not just any Porsche. Those 3 numbers being applied. 911, the icon, the legend. The car that defined what a sports car should be. This is a Porsche 911 Carrera, and you just watched how it's born. From molten aluminum to automotive work of art, from raw component to German precision, from soulless metal to machine with personality. But here's the scale that impresses. 249 11s produced per day. 240, 1 every 6 minutes. 6 minutes. And each one passes through 1,200 quality inspection points. 1,200. That's 5 times more than most cars, 5 times. Now let's connect everything. That boxer engine you saw, only Porsche does it like this. 6 cylinders horizontally opposed behind the rear axle. It's a signature, it's identity, it's Porsche. And it's worked for 63 years, 1963 until today. Same philosophy, same soul. More than 1 million 911s have been produced. 1 million. And the crazy part? You look at a 911 from 1963, and you look at this one from 2025, and you instantly recognize it. It's the same car, evolved, improved, faster, but the same car. This is not just manufacturing. This is preservation of legacy. This is evolution without losing identity. This is obsession with doing things right. Because in Stuttgart, there's a simple philosophy. There are no shortcuts to perfection. Every part verified. Every weld inspected, every component tested to the limit, and if it fails, rejected, remade, until it's perfect. So, what did you really just see? This wasn't just a factory. This was the place where German engineering meets automotive passion, where raw aluminum becomes a dream machine, where every detail matters. And you'll never look at a Porsche 911 the same way again, because now you know. The 6-minute journey that creates a legend for a lifetime. 240 Porsche 911s per day, 1 every 6 minutes, 1,200 inspection points, 63 years of evolution. 1+ million produced Forge Empire backstage stories that move billions. Subscribe to the channel, because the next video will show you how a Rolex is made. Swiss precision you won't believe. 1 watch every minute for 100 years without stopping. Don't miss it.